Hello and welcome to the Death Row and Executions channel. My name is Paco Rivera. You can also follow me on Facebook for updates and more Death Row news. There will be a link to my Facebook in the description below. Also, check out my other channel, The Maximum Sentence, where I cover recent crimes and convictions. There will also be a link for that. Bryan Frederick Jennings, who is now 66 years old, has been scheduled for execution this year on November 13th. If carried out, it could be the 16th execution in the state of Florida this year, shattering that state's record for most executions in 1 year ever. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed the 16th death warrant in that state for Jennings to be executed for a crime that he committed in the year 1979. 46 years ago. By May of the year 1979, Jennings was a 20-year-old United States Marine who was based in Okinawa, Japan. However, that month he was home in the Merritt Island area of Florida, staying with his family while on leave from the base. Merritt Island is a short distance inland from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Sometime during the late evening of May 11, 1979, a Sunday night in Merritt Island, Florida, Bryan Jennings was driving his car and at some point stopped near the home of the Kunash family. It was reported that Jennings might have been drinking heavily that night. What made Jennings choose that particular home is not clear in the reports. Maybe he looked at several homes that night, or he was familiar with the people that lived there, which included a 6-year-old girl named Rebecca Kunash. The state would later learn that Bryan Jennings had always been infatuated with voyeurism, better known as a peeping Tom, peeking in through the windows of homes to hopefully see women who were not dressed. Jennings walked up to the Kunash home, looked through the window, and spotted Rebecca Kunash asleep in her bed. Jennings then removed the window screen, opened the window, and climbed into her bedroom. Jennings put his hand over Rebecca's mouth and proceeded to carry her back out through the window, leaving his hand and fingerprint impressions on several areas of the window frame, and leaving his shoe prints in the ground. He then put her in his car and proceeded to an area near the Brevard Canal on Merritt Island. Once there, Jennings removed her from the car and then proceeded to hold the girl upside down and slam her head down into a concrete pavement, causing a fracture to her skull. But that did not kill her. My guess is that there weren't this many houses on Girard Boulevard in 1979, providing Jennings with some clear areas to commit his crime. Anyway, it was after he slammed the girl's head on the concrete that Jennings then carried Rebecca over to an area near the canal, removed her clothes, and then proceeded to brutally violate her. After he was done, he took Rebecca into the canal and held her head under the water until she drowned to death. Jennings then drove away in his car. Before I go on, I can tell you that there are conflicting reports, several different reports of what exactly happened after Jennings drove away from that crime. This happened in 1979, 46 years ago, so not everybody can get the story straight. But I put together a timeline as best I could with the information that I gathered. Anyway, as luck would have it, Bryan Jennings was stopped by a police patrol unit a short time after driving away from the canal. He was pulled over for a traffic violation, and police learned that there was an arrest warrant already out for Jennings for a previous traffic violation and failing to appear in court. So police removed him from his car to arrest him, and they saw that he was wet. Police locked him up that night and held him in jail. likely to appear in court the following morning on the active warrant. And it was a short time later, this is still Sunday night, it was a short time after Jennings was locked up that someone spotted a nude girl floating on the waters of the Girard Boulevard Canal. Nobody knew who this girl was, but some investigators wondered if the man who was wet that got pulled over a bit earlier had something to do with it. So, at 1 o'clock in the morning, investigators went over to Jennings' jail cell and woke him up, and they took him to a room to be interviewed. At first, Jennings denied being involved with the murder and requested a lawyer. However, after about 5 minutes, he changed his mind and said that he will answer questions without a lawyer present. And he continued to deny killing anyone, but he eventually broke down and confessed to everything he had done. A confession that was audio recorded. During the early morning hours at daylight, now Monday morning, May 12th, Rebecca's parents were surprised to see that she was not in her bedroom and the window was open. From the details of the report, it appears that they weren't concerned about foul play. The mother at first thought that maybe Rebecca got up and got dressed and decided to go out the window to go to school. The mother knew that Rebecca was very excited about a special event taking place that morning in school. But just to be sure, the mother went to the school to check. And we know this because we have a statement from Rebecca's kindergarten teacher named Marianne Farmer. Becky's mom appeared at the classroom door before class began, wondering if I had seen Becky. She knew that Becky was excited about the dance the children were going to perform for the May Day celebration, and she felt perhaps Becky had slipped out of the window to head to school early. My feeling is that she was hoping that is what Becky had done. After the mom realized that wasn't the case, now there was full-blown panic, and residents all around Merritt Island joined in the search for the missing girl, and authorities were notified. But authorities knew by that point who the girl must be that was missing, the girl that they found floating in the canal the night before. Authorities were able to conclude a perfect match between fingerprints lifted at the crime scene and Bryan Jennings' fingerprints. Shoe prints recovered at the scene matched the shoes that he was wearing. So all that, along with his confession, had sealed the case. Apparently, a documentary was made about this case called Beyond Reason, produced by a woman, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, who became a pen pal friend with Bryan Jennings while he was on death row, and they remained close over the years. I am unable to find, however, any service that is streaming this documentary. Jennings has been successful with appeals several times over the past 40 years or so, and even got awarded a new trial several times. Each time he was found guilty again and sentenced to death again. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more death row and upcoming execution stories so that you're alerted when the next one comes out. You can also follow me on Facebook for updates. There will be a link to my Facebook in the description below. My name is Paco Rivera. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye for now.